It's called a promo,
Shut
kid.
your
And
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's death.
You were. Dude, I told you. I tell you, like, sometimes. I think I told you, like, twice. Like, tell me ahead of time what we're.
Things just move so fast in the wrestling business, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Too quickly. All right, so let's officially get started. If you're ready,
right.
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm as ready as I'll be.
Okay, so how do you pronounce it first? Calix Fuse?
Calix Fuse, yes.
Got you. I just want to make sure I got the enunciation correctly.
I thought it was Calix.
Let's talk about the name. How did it come to be?
You know, this is like, okay, everybody asked me this, and I cannot answer because when I started getting into wrestling, me and my friend, his name's Trey, his wrestling name is Matt Shaw, we're actually tag team together, like in San Antonio, all that. Mm-hmm. We started fighting in my grandma's living room, and it was just like a name that came to my head, so I really can't tell you how it happened.
I love that.
It's so genuine, so raw. I mean,
A little creativity.
Yeah.
I think I actually know Matt Shaw from just hometown reference. I believe he's from Andrews, our hometown. So
He's from Kansas, actually.
got you. There's a
awkward.
Oh yeah, well, no, there's a name Shaw, last name, who is similar.
Is
to
that
this
his actual
conversation.
name or is that his?
No, that's his wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so that's why.
Interesting. Which we had saw him on an event on YouTube recently. We were doing a little bit of homework, so it'd be interesting to get him in here as well. As far as inspirations growing up, what inspired you to get into the wrestling business?
It just it was a lot of like just watching wrestling growing up.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is something that would be sick to do. And then for like most people, it starts when you're young, like really young. For me, the wrestling, like watching and stuff, didn't start till like 6th grade. So when everybody was starting to like get out of it, I was starting to get into it.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah, no, we get that kind of thing as well. We were watching around that time too.
And then it was just like I said, me and my friends, we would like wrestle in my grandma's living room, like, you know, pretending we were big. And then a little later on, I was like, all right, let's be real. When am I ever going to get the actual opportunity? And then it just happened. And I would not trade it for the world.
Of course.
It's what we love to hear, like actual passion for, being in this.
Anyone who's taken an actual bump will tell you it's not the easiest thing in the world. You gotta love it to do it.
Oh yeah,
It's
for
the
sure.
truth. So you're signed with Permian Championship Wrestling, but when we first spoke, you were with Elite Breakout, THW, Fearless Pro. You're doing a lot of appearances. What made you sign to PCW?
It was just more of like they have a lot of notoriety, and in the business, that's all it is. You gotta go where the eyes are,
Yeah.
Really?
Especially if you wanna get bigger, you gotta put yourself out there. So, yeah, I signed with PCW. I love the team, love the guys. They're all nice.
I think that makes it a lot better too when you have a better roster around you, a better
Yeah.
group of guys.
I mean, I went to that show recently last year. That was my first time going to like a local kind of thing. I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of told to keep my expectations down.
Yeah.
Completely blew it out of the water. Like.
Yeah, we the guys work really hard, and it's like they're wonderful guys. Like it's always a great time around them. Everybody's just a big group of friends.
That's
Like
what
last
we do,
weekend,
yeah.
they all met up and had a Royal Rumble party.
Love it.
I wasn't there, but
Amazing. I love that.
I love it. What do you want to accomplish in Permian Championship while you're here?
it's just I want to be on the top.
Of course, everybody knows.
Want to get the belt and try and have my run with it. But like the ultimate goal is to end up on TV one day. So hopefully we get there.
Of course, it's all just stepping stones. But to be the guy in wherever you are. That's the goal,
Yeah.
is right. And that's good to know that that's where your mind is. As a wrestling fan, what kind of product caters to you more? Are you watching AEW or WWE? Studying New Japan at all?
I'm in between WWE and AEW, but I lean more towards AEW.
Yeah, I think a lot of us do. I know I do.
Oh, yeah.
I know I do. But
Just from watching WWE for so long, so now that there's something new out there, you gotta.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say I like a little bit of both, for sure.
I think too. Right now, you watch New Japan, you can get a lot of good notes out of it. That's where you get. I feel like it's been that way for a long time too, right?
Yeah.
Japanese wrestling has just been a good foundation. What would be the ultimate landing spot for Calix Fuse?
Just because I've watched it like forever, I want to say WWE.
Yeah.
That'd be.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think there's
that's-
still a lot of people that feel that way.
For sure. They have both sides offer something that the other can't, and that's.
Yeah, for sure, but it's. I don't know. It's sort of a hard decision to make because I'd love to be in WWE, but recently WWE careers don't last that long. So
Yeah.
you gotta.
Yeah.
which-
It's a very transitional time in the pro wrestling business. It's a very odd time, I would say, but
Very much so, yeah.
does that mindset still carry over that you have here into where else you go? Like let's say WWE, just for example. Do you still want to be at the top there?
Yeah, I feel like that's the goal for every wrestler.
Right,
Everybody
right.
dreams of, winning the Rumble, main eventing WrestleMania. So yeah,
It's hard
It's
to
definitely
believe
a goal
that
for me.
people can get complacent in this business, but I feel like I have met some people that just became complacent, and I would hate to see that for anybody, of course. I
Yeah.
feel like you should always just want to be the face of something. That's just my opinion.
I know a lot of people, a lot of the older wrestlers, they have the whole mindset if you're not here to win championships, then why are you here?
yeah, I get you.
That championship is more than just a belt. It's a signify of hey, I'm the guy. I'm
Yes.
here every day, and so this is a great question too. With the massive changes that have happened in the wrestling business, where do you see it in the next 5 years, and will it be more positive? Do you think?
That I don't know. I feel like it's going downhill, and it's just gonna keep going that way.
It's like the saying says, sometimes things have to get better before they can get worse, or worse before they can get better.
Yeah, definitely a lot of negativity around WWE for sure, and there's always a lot of negativity between both sides as well, fans of both sides, and I see it all the time for AEW, for example, oh, the attendance is terrible,
Yeah, that's the one I've seen the most is.
Which I'm in a lot of the arenas. A lot of the times I see it fluctuate from one side of the arena being empty to I've been to a collision that I couldn't hear at. It's always about territories sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you feel towards tribalism? I mean, on our side of the fence, we see it all the time, right? But how do you feel towards it? This idea that you can't watch multiple brands, that you have to stick to one thing or another.
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think you should be able to go watch whatever you want, get as much what's the word I'm looking for? Get as much exposure as you can to wrestling. So.
Right. I feel the same way.
I love that. Yeah, that's a very good mindset.
It's the whole premise of why we started this is because in and outside, no matter what side of the fence you're on, we keep seeing this pattern, this negative pattern where it's you have to watch this, you have to like this, or this makes you not able to watch this.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting on this side.
The one I like the least is Real Wrestling is on tonight. Oh, come on, man.
So I actually don't have this question wrote down, but I just kind of wanted to throw it in there. Is there anybody you've worked with currently that you are just really happy working with, have great chemistry with? Anybody you think we should be looking out for as far as independents go?
Oh, I have 3 guys. So the first one is obviously my tag team partner Matt Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
We've just known each other for years, since middle school. So we've built the chemistry in my grandma's house doing fake wrestling, and then we had a little rivalry going, and it's really fun to work with him. We just click,
Yeah.
and it just keeps going. And then I'd say the next guy is his name's Gmo.
That's the one I was talking about.
He was in PCW
Yes.
at our show in the mall, and that's where I met him. And we didn't really do a lot. We were in the battle royale together, and I love working with him. He's like big. He's been everywhere pretty much, and
Yeah, from the little bit I've seen, I've done a little research. Like, he's been a lot of places, and he looks like he has it. Like, he knows the business. He knows what he wants, and I really want to get an interview with him, for sure.
Interesting.
he definitely knows what he's doing for sure. And I'd love to work more with him in the future, and I think that's actually going to happen, but I can't give too much about that.
Yeah, you knock on wood.
And then the third guy is I actually haven't got to fight him, but shout out to San Antonio. His name's the Hitman in EBW, and I love that guy. Like, he's just so nice. He kind of runs the whole thing.
Right. Interesting. I've been hearing a lot of things about Elite Breakout as of recent months, so it's really interesting.
Oh, interesting. He's got his finger on the pulse of the local stuff. Me, not so much, but
Well, I've recently started getting in talks with XPW. I'm not too happy with them for many reasons, but that's why I think we started trying to do this a lot. And you and I were already talking before I talked to the head of PCW, anything like that. You were set in.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
this has started to become a trend with me. Is I want to start focusing more on local independent wrestling
for sure, yeah.
and trying to find where the positive ones are, as opposed to, because independent wrestling is a weird place. Man.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have to tell you. It is a weird place. Let's get out of that for a second. Final question here, because every wrestler has a list. Who's the top of your list in ring one day? It could be anybody.
Number one for sure. I'd love to fight Roman Reigns. I've loved that guy.
yeah.
Like, ever since I started watching wrestling, when he was back with the Shield, like
Oh yeah,
throughout his whole career, when everybody was
Yeah.
booing him,
Doing
I
it.
was loving him. Like,
Doing it.
everything.
Dun it.
yeah. I miss those days, man. I miss those days. Actually, based on watching a little bit of tape on you this past week, I was kind of leaning towards the Seth Rollins type of deal.
Oh yeah, I'd love to fight Seth Rollins
That's-
too, but
That's why
would be
Roman Reigns was
amazing.
the interesting answer. It was like,
Ooh, sorry.
Roman
well,
Reigns is definitely my main. Like, I love that guy.
I hope to see you make it that far. I mean, we're definitely rooting for you here
For
at Wrestling
sure,
in the
yeah.
Middle. We're really excited to get this interview with you. Not only because I think you're good in the ring, of course. I like who you are outside of the ring right now. I really
Yeah,
think you're
you-
a stand-up guy, and so I just really hope that energy keeps carrying on over throughout your career.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Serious, serious.
Anything you'd like to ask us before we close it off?
So I know y'all have been to like a bunch of shows. What is your favorite one that you've been to?
Ring of Honor Final Battle this year. That pay-per-view was amazing. Getting to watch Bryan Danielson, getting to watch Mark Briscoe. Just that match alone stands out to me. It was truly a great night. So
Fun fact, I've been to 2 shows.
that's true. Yeah.
Not that I just don't want to. It's just schedule, work,
Yeah.
all that. But so honestly, the 2 shows I've been to, the PCW one and Raw, the draft. I was there. I got to see Rob Van Dam.
I took you there. I made sure you came.
That's pretty sick.
Yes. Like, I'm sorry, PCW was great, but granted, I was actually able to see the ring action in PCW.
Yeah.
But Raw, I got to see Rob Van Dam live. You can't beat it.
I'd put that at the top of my list too, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in the arena many a nights, and I've had some good nights. But that Ring of Honor event, man, I'll take that one to my grave.
Yeah.
Well, awesome to interview you. Thanks for coming in.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah, no
man.
problem.
We're all good.
I don't know if this the flame.